In 1973, with a flourish of his pen, Richard Nixon undid the financial world order that had existed since time immemorial. He took the American dollar off of the gold standard. And that was a choice that had far-reaching effects. It really changed the world as we know it. And today, the financial chaos that you're experiencing, with your money not going nearly as far as it used to, and you effectively getting paid less to work harder, is the consequence. But I'm not here to talk about money. I'm here to talk about truth. Because the same people that were served by the debasing of money as we know it, the same dark elite, the same multi-tentacled machine that is operating behind the system controlling the world, is also debasing truth. Hello friends, my name is Arne Allingham and this is One Perspective. This is a show in which we are going to be exploring things from this one perspective. I don't insist that what I have to say is the truth. I'm saying this is my perspective. And there's a very important reason that we need to be speaking our individual truth. And we need to stop this thing of insisting that there should be one view that everybody must agree with. We need to stop this poison, which is that if I disagree with you, I have to hate you. If you're engaged in wrong think, that you can't be my friend, you can't be my neighbor, we can no longer be related. We have to reject each other. Because this is part of the corrosive caustic force that is debasing truth. Where does truth come from? Where does it originate? It certainly doesn't originate with the mass media that are out to manipulate you, control you, lie to you, propagandize you. It doesn't originate there. It doesn't originate with a staid, stolid face that would appear on your television and say, "Good evening. This is what happened last night." The truth originates from somebody in a village arriving back home and saying, "Friends, over the mountain are the bandits." Because that was what that person saw. That was their experience. They were telling you what they felt, what they saw, what they learned, what they discovered. They were sharing from their heart. And if you don't know that there's bandits over there, you're quite entitled to go and have a look for yourself. But to try and cancel that man because he used the word bandits and not undocumented visitors who are here to redistribute wealth. You don't silence people because you didn't like the way they were talking or because they took a wrong perspective. That is anti-truth. That same machine that has destroyed the value of money, that has turned it into an object that they can issue at will and decide what its value is, that same machine has another tentacle. And that tentacle is the censorship propaganda industrial complex, a part of which, just one part of which, is the mainstream media. So what do? We've been lied to, we've been manipulated. If you have been out there trying to speak your honest heart's truth, if you've been appearing in social media, then you would have been shadow banned, silenced, cancelled, deplatformed, abused in all kinds of ways, simply because you are trying to speak your truth. So friends, I'm proposing a radical new path. I'm proposing that instead of us trying to hammer each other into our perspective, that we come back to where truth really comes from. The truth is not out there. The truth is not in the world. The truth is in here. Not inside of me, inside of each of us. You have your own unique perspective. Your perspective is your truth. If your perspective cannot be updated, then you are stuck. Then you are a zealot of that perspective. You're fanatical about something being the truth. And the only way you ever get fanatical about something being the truth is if you deeply fear that it isn't the truth. If you've had something installed in your mind by a propaganda machine, and you've come to believe that you have to hold this perspective in order to fit in with the herd, in order to be safe. And anybody coming along destabilizing this perspective is dangerous to you. They're an existential threat to you. Because if they can persuade you of their perspective, then you have to let go of this mental safety net that keeps you safe in the herd. That's caustic to the truth. So what helps the truth? What's good for the truth? Finding your truth inside of your being. Finding what resonates with you inside of your being. And this is not something that's, arcane or strange. We all have a connection to truth inside of our beings, if we will but try and listen. So, because I'm a spiritual healer, what I like to do is help. I like to offer healing. I've created a guided meditation which I'm making available for free because I think this is far too important to put anything behind a paywall. It's called the Truth Bell Meditation. I'm inviting you, I'm begging you, please download this meditation and listen to it. It's a simple thing to do. You close your eyes and you listen. And it will take you on a journey. And the journey, I'm not trying to fool you, not trying to hoodwink you, I'm not trying to change you. The journey takes you on a path into your own being. Just deep relaxation, listening to your own body, listening to your emotional body, and then listening to your truth body, which you have inside of you. Finding that. And from a place of open-hearted inner connectedness, to then engage the world and see what seems true to you. If we are not trying to convince each other of anything, if we are simply, honestly, earnestly sharing each of our own perspective, friends, it will change the world. There is nothing that multi-tentacled monster, the dark elite system of control, fears more. Nothing that they fear more than empowered individuals. You are so much more powerful than you can imagine. It's you that is creating this reality. They're just manipulating you to creating the reality they want. And you can take back your power, and it starts with taking back your connection with your truth inside of yourself. Begin with this meditation, and let's see where we go from there. I will be updating regularly on the things I see, sharing with you what I notice, how the world looks to me from this perspective. I will be tagging and inviting guests to come on and share with me what is their perspective. Because ultimately that's the only thing you really own that can never be taken away from you is your perspective. Thank you for listening. This is Arne Allingham, and I have been sharing with you one perspective. Until next time, bye-bye. Hey there. If you've just enjoyed this episode, this first edition of One Perspective with me, Arne Allingham, then the good news is we've got a long path ahead of us that we can walk together, and I'm inviting you to join me. So I'm not sure where my perspectives are going to be welcomed and where I'm going to get banned or shadow banned or excluded. So I'm really going to be hosting all of One Perspective on X. So you'll find the link here on the screen as to where you will find me in future. Please go along to that X Spaces show. Please follow me there. And then the link for the guided meditation, you'll find that on screen as well. onenewearthtribe.com/TBM, Truth Bell Meditation. You'll find it all there. And I look forward to sharing my perspective with you again in the future.